Hey y'all, doing my video and it's been tough and I kind of wonder if there were some overlap. I feel like the first two videos may have been done on the same day. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I'm like 3 videos away from Valentine's still, and Valentine's was 2 days ago. I'm like, have I been that far behind? I feel like there's something else I missed there, but I'm trying to catch up and I feel like I'm getting close. So I think this one and I don't know, like 3 or 4 more, and then I'll finally be caught up. It's been kind of like a weird day for me, like not bad, not great either. Just kind of like a lot of ups and downs, which I guess keeps things interesting at least. So, but I'm glad to be here. My day, everything all turned out good in the end, and I was actually very grateful. I had a friend who invited me to go to the gym with her, and it was really nice to kind of go to a gym. It's been a while since I've done that. I've tried to, do running and stuff by myself, but it's really hard with this 7 inches of snow we just got in Missouri. And it was just nice. And like everybody was wearing their masks. Everybody was like really good at social distancing. Everything was set up to be socially distanced pretty well. And we grabbed a couple pints at a local bar after. And again, everything was pretty well social distanced and masks and things. So it was nice to like be able to kind of go out and still feel like things were handled safely and responsibly. So that's kind of like the highlight of my day. Um, and I recorded another video that I'm going to post after this one from yesterday or 2 days ago. And I'm just going to try to catch up, but I definitely wanted to talk about this one. This Unisonis video was called Becoming a Master of Mime. And to become a master at something, you need to put in about 10,000 hours, I think. But they did a really good video, and it was very interesting. It was very captivating. The teacher's name was Lauren, Lorin, which is like a really neat name. I've heard Oren before, but like Lauren, oh, with an L, like in not for it to be Lauren, Laurern, or whatever. I'm bad at spelling verbally. But yeah, it was mimetheaterstudio.com, and this was a video like that when I watched it, I was being a big couch potato. I was just kind of binge watching YouTube and like just kind of getting through the day. And I came across this video and I was really glad that I watched it because it kind of inspired me to do some movement without it being like too, I don't know, high intensity or too demanding. And they did a couple of videos that like really, kind of lifted my spirits and physically lifted my body off the couch as well. So, yeah, inspired me to get up and just practice with them. And it reminded me a lot of this corporeal mime workshop that I did back at Mizzou. And it was very interesting to me, like with the corporeal mime workshop, everything was so choreographed. They taught us, the steps of drinking a glass of water. And it was like 27 choreographed steps where you lift the hand and you tilt the hand, and the hand goes to grab the water, and it grabs the water and it brings it back to you, and then it tilts and you tilt your head, and then you tilt the head and you tilt the glass, and then you tilt the glass and the head, and like whatever, and like all these sorts of steps. Like it's 27 steps just to drink a glass of water, because it's so exact and it's so precise. And like I don't know how corporeal mime versus like mime in general, if it's just kind of like mime is the umbrella of all those unspoken sort of choreographed movements that illustrate an action, without any physical props, because like you think mime and like you think of the makeup and the silence and the boxes and the sort of frustration and the sadness of being a mime. But I thought it was a really good one too, as well, for Unisonis, the black and white. They didn't do the mime makeup; they just straight up practiced the physicality of being a mime. And Lauren taught them a little bit about like the footwork and the space work and all these sorts of things. And he showed them all the sort of general choreography of the balloon or something. And it's like this kind of story. It's kind of this like interesting little story that Lauren tells of, you pick the balloon out of your pocket and, you stretch it and you blow it up. And I thought that was very interesting about the space of it. Like he's starting very small, and then you make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you tie it, and then it's on the string and you walk with it. And the way they walked, the walking of the mime walk, it's so interesting. And I think like I learned something like this as well in one of my theater performance production things I did, and like kind of the sort of moonwalk it is of like this imitating a walk, but not moving anywhere. And the way you kind of slide up your heel, and it's like such a gentle and smooth sort of walk that indicates walking, that doesn't actually walk. But anyway, so that was really cool that they did that, and this sort of story of the balloon that Lauren, tells of, or that they illustrate with this sort of, yeah, balloon work, this mime work, that this balloon, is fighting to leave, but then the mime has to pull on it and be like, what are you doing up there, and like, but say this all without words. I thought that was really cool. And then I loved that Mark and Ethan, they very well understood the the mime aspects and like how to demonstrate these physicalities, but they took it to that next level in the beautiful sort of obnoxious YouTubery way that only they could. They made it this story, they did it together, and they made it this story that their balloons were in love or something like just goofy, or that their balloons were fighting, like, and they just, Ethan, he blows up his balloon, he makes it so big, like, it just, like, they do it, they push the envelope, and that's just like something that they do, and I think that's something I very much admire that Mark and Ethan do as entertainers. And entertainers like them both, that they kind of just make something obnoxious, and there's something enjoyable about that. I know it can be campy and kind of stupid sometimes, but like, they do it and they do it well, and I think that's incredible that they did that. And I think that's really great that they always reached out to different artists like that. So I felt like this was really good, really solid, and it's honest. It was one of the longer ones. I feel like it was like a half hour, but it was worth every minute. It was very interesting. One I would have definitely saved. Anyways, yeah. God, I'm sorry, my brain just kind of caught up with me for a second. Yeah, it was such a good one though. I don't know if I have anything else to say about it. It was just good. If you can find a bootleg of it, go and watch it. As much as it dishonors the memory of Unis and Honest, it was just so good, and it was I feel like that, they of course, are goofy about the things they do, but they also kind of have a deep respect. I feel like Mark especially, he'll shit talk and he'll say all these things, but he has a deep respect, and at the end of the day he's like, I truly am an absolute amateur. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an absolute fool, but you are an expert, and thank you for sharing your time. Like, he's very good about that, so I definitely appreciate that. I think that might be all I have for the video. The only other thing I can think of with mimes is a little friend group of mine did some college video about like the life of a mime, and all these objects sort of laughing back at the mime, and I thought that was like kind of an interesting take on it too. So put in the comments, what are your thoughts on mime, corporeal mime, physicality, and how we act and portray inanimate objects that aren't really there. So yeah, but I'll see you guys in the next video. That's all I really got right now. So take care. Hope you all are staying safe out there with all this crazy weather too. So see you guys next time.